From a small garage in Seattle to one of the world's most powerful tech empires, Microsoft's journey is nothing short of legendary. This is the story of how two childhood friends, Bill Gates and Paul Allen, turned a coding hobby into a company that changed the way we live, work, and play. From the rise of Windows 95 to the dominance of Microsoft Office, from the heated browser wars to the creation of Xbox, and finally, the bold leap into cloud computing and artificial intelligence, Microsoft has constantly reinvented itself. Today, it stands at the center of innovation, shaping the future of technology for generations to come. This is the history and evolution of Microsoft. In the mid-1970s, two childhood friends from Seattle, Bill Gates and Paul Allen, shared a vision most people couldn't even imagine: putting a computer in every home. At that time, computers were massive machines locked away in universities and corporations, far from everyday life. Gates and Allen weren't rich, they weren't CEOs, but they were obsessed with coding and saw an opportunity that others ignored. Their first big break came when they created software for the Altair 8800, a simple-looking machine that many consider the spark of the personal computer revolution. This small project wasn't glamorous, but it laid the foundation for something far bigger. From late-night coding sessions to betting everything on their dream, the duo pushed forward with relentless energy. What started as a side hustle in a garage would soon grow into Microsoft, the company that would reshape technology forever. By the early 1980s, Microsoft had already made a name with MS-DOS, but Gates and his team knew the future wasn't just black screens with blinking text. People wanted something easier, something visual. That vision became Windows. At first, many doubted it. Critics called it clunky, slow, even unnecessary. But Microsoft pushed forward, determined to create software that anyone could use, not just tech experts. The release of Windows 1.0 in 1985 was the start of something huge, though it wasn't perfect. Over the next decade, Microsoft kept refining the idea, learning from failures and pushing toward a system that would change computing forever. This evolution set the stage for Windows 95, a product that didn't just launch a new operating system. It launched Microsoft into households worldwide and made the computer an everyday tool for millions. In 1995, Microsoft unleashed a product that didn't just update computers, it redefined them. Windows 95 was more than software. It was a cultural event. People lined up at stores at midnight, a scene usually reserved for blockbuster movies, not computer programs. What made it so special? For the first time, everyday users had a friendly interface with the famous Start menu, taskbar, and simple point-and-click design. No more memorizing commands. Anyone could sit down and explore. Microsoft's massive marketing push, featuring celebrities and the Rolling Stones' Start Me Up, turned a software launch into global hype. Within weeks, millions of copies sold, pulling computers out of the office and into living rooms around the world. Suddenly, technology wasn't just for specialists, it was for families, students, and small businesses. Windows 95 cemented Microsoft as the company shaping the digital future. As Windows found its place in homes, Microsoft was quietly building another empire, one that would dominate workplaces and schools for decades. The launch of Microsoft Office in the late 80s and early 90s brought Word, Excel, and PowerPoint together into a single package. Suddenly, typing documents, crunching numbers, and creating presentations became simpler, faster, and more connected than ever before. It wasn't just software, it was a toolkit that shaped how people worked. Students wrote essays on Word, businesses tracked profits on Excel, and classrooms came alive with slides on PowerPoint. What made Office unstoppable was how it integrated seamlessly with Windows, making competitors struggle to keep up. Before long, "Send it to me in Word" became part of everyday language. Microsoft Office wasn't just a product, it became the universal standard for productivity worldwide. The mid-1990s brought a new battlefield: the Internet. Suddenly, the question wasn't just who made the best computer system, but who could control how people access the web. Netscape Navigator was the early favorite, but Microsoft wasn't about to sit on the sidelines. With Windows 95 gaining momentum, Microsoft bundled its own browser, Internet Explorer, directly into the operating system. This move gave millions instant access to the web without downloading anything extra. Netscape cried foul, accusing Microsoft of crushing competition unfairly, and the battle turned into one of the biggest antitrust cases in tech history. Courtrooms, headlines, and government scrutiny put Microsoft in the spotlight like never before. Yet despite the controversy, Internet Explorer eventually dominated, shaping how millions first experienced the internet. The browser wars showed the world that Microsoft wasn't just building software, it was fighting to control the future of the digital age. By the early 2000s, Microsoft had conquered offices and homes, but there was one arena left to enter: gaming. Sony's PlayStation and Nintendo ruled the living room, yet Microsoft saw an opening. In 2001, they launched the first Xbox, a bold gamble that many thought would fail. But Xbox came with a secret weapon: Halo Combat Evolved. The game redefined console shooters and turned Xbox into a must-have. Then came Xbox Live, bringing online multiplayer to millions of players and forever changing how people connected through games. While it wasn't easy battling giants like Sony, Microsoft proved it could compete in entertainment as well as software. The Xbox brand grew beyond just consoles. It became a culture, a community, and a major piece of Microsoft's identity. Gaming wasn't just fun anymore. It was Microsoft's way of planting its flag in the future of digital entertainment. In 2001, Microsoft released Windows XP, and it quickly became the heartbeat of personal computing. With its colorful interface, stability, and user-friendly design, XP won over both homes and businesses. For years, it felt like the perfect operating system: reliable, simple, and everywhere. But not every step forward was smooth. Windows Vista arrived in 2007 with high expectations, yet its heavy performance demands and constant security prompts frustrated users. Many saw it as Microsoft's biggest stumble. Then came Windows 7 in 2009, a redemption story that restored trust. Sleek, fast, and efficient, it became the system people actually loved upgrading to. This era wasn't just about software. It was about Microsoft proving that it could listen, learn, and bounce back. For many, XP and Windows 7 weren't just operating systems, they were the golden years of everyday computing. By the early 2010s, Microsoft's dominance seemed to be slipping. Apple and Google were stealing the spotlight with smartphones and cloud services, while Microsoft looked stuck in the past. Then came a turning point. In 2014, Satya Nadella became CEO. Instead of clinging to old battles, he pushed Microsoft into the cloud. Under his leadership, Azure grew into one of the world's top cloud platforms, powering everything from startups to Fortune 500 companies. Nadella also shifted the culture inside Microsoft, encouraging collaboration and innovation rather than competition and fear. Products like Office 365 moved online, making productivity tools accessible anywhere, anytime. Slowly, Microsoft reinvented itself, not as just a Windows company, but as a global cloud and services leader. This transformation didn't just save Microsoft, It prepared the company for the next era of technology. As the world shifted toward artificial intelligence, Microsoft refused to be left behind. For years, Bing struggled against Google, but AI gave it a new chance to shine. In 2019, Microsoft invested billions into OpenAI, the team behind ChatGPT, making headlines across the tech world. This partnership wasn't just about search engines. It was about weaving AI into every corner of Microsoft's ecosystem. Suddenly, Word could draft content, Excel could analyze data smarter, and Teams could act like a virtual assistant. In 2023, Microsoft announced Copilot, an AI tool built directly into Windows and Office, showing just how serious they were about leading this new frontier. What once looked like a company trapped in its legacy software had now positioned itself at the cutting edge of technology. The AI race wasn't just competition, it was Microsoft's declaration that its future was only beginning. Today, Microsoft stands as more than just the maker of Windows. It is a company woven into nearly every aspect of modern life. From gaming with Xbox, to workplaces powered by Office, to cloud services running the backbone of the internet. With AI at its core, Microsoft is redefining how people interact with technology. Tools like Copilot hint at a future where computers don't just follow commands, they think alongside us. Yet challenges remain: fierce competition from Google, Amazon, and Apple, rising concerns about AI ethics, and the constant demand for innovation. Still, Microsoft's journey from a small garage project to a trillion-dollar powerhouse proves its ability to adapt and lead. For today's generation, the story of Microsoft isn't just history. It's a reminder that technology will keep evolving, and this company will likely remain at the center of it.